Haines. I'm the executive director of Stern Grove Festival, which is based here in San Francisco, California. Stern Grove Festival was founded actually in 1938, but the history goes back several years prior to that when our founder, Rosalie Meyer Stern, purchased the property and then gifted it to the city, to the citizens and city of San Francisco. With the caveat that the property be used for recreation, arts, culture. And then in 1938, the festival came along and created its fantastic mission of presenting the world's greatest artists and performers, organizations, but that it had to be completely admission free. So 78 years later, we're still here running consecutively and presenting these great concerts. If I were to say that this is your first step or your second step and that it's so clear and concise, I mean, I would be lying. If you are, this is again my take on it. Sure, there are some very clear steps, but many times when you're starting out, whether it's something new or something existing and you're doing a new campaign or creating a new organization, many times you're throwing 20 things against the wall and seeing what sticks. And you've got to figure out what is your sticky factor. Where does the message hit? Where does it ring? So if you're starting out, first and foremost, I'm creating a new festival. Where do we start? Well, it's really, you've got to decide. I think your first step really needs to be about your community. It's got to be about your audience. So do they need this, and do they want it? If there isn't that need or that want, nothing's going to come to be. Now, you can take the P.T. Barnum approach in that you can basically create all the magic, the PR, the fluff around it. And there's a lot to that as well, and where it's about marketing. So, yeah, sometimes you need to be out leading the audience and convincing them that this is what you need and this is what you want. But I think a lot of times it's just finding that balance. But identifying those needs of the community first and foremost. Are you the only one in town, or are you going to be one of 27 festivals? Because then you're really talking about competition, not necessarily just, for audience, but it's competition for time, capacity, sponsorship, the list goes on and on. So define your audience first and then take your next steps.